We'll say good afternoon to everybody. We are punched up live this afternoon. We're getting some work done on YouTube. So I'm not going to do any kind of narration or anything, but hope you all had a good trading week. You're off to a good start. If you're not and you're looking to make some changes or you want to get a different view, you might want to visit our site and um, and feel free to email us and feel free to call us with any questions you might have. Swing Machine has been monitoring. This is how we view the markets, moving one way, moving the other. Today's a classic example. If you're going to trade off the news of CNBC, the jobs number, you go in this way, then you go in that way, then you go in that, it's pure nonsense. It's just a distraction. Um, what is known in the market is known by everybody except us, except me. I know nothing. Don't need to know. I'll let the market digest the garbage that they throw at it day in and day out, and we'll track money flow. We'll track which way the markets are going and how you doing there, stream and shout, and we'll simply move with them and extract our cash flow. And that's what we're doing. So we wish you the best. We'll be here and I'll let you watch. Right now, they're running and still got a couple hours to go. Again, we'll say good afternoon to the folks that are passing by. We hope you had a good trading week. You're watching what we call the Swing Machine Plus. It is our proprietary trading tool operating on the TradeStation platform, utilizing their proprietary tool called Radar Screen. Nobody else has Radar Screen, and nobody other than us has the Swing Machine Plus. Our monthly members get to see a video view of Swing Machine Plus in the evening through a video website that they can go to. And our annual members have Swing Machine Plus, as well as 70 other proprietary tools and growing on their desktop. They have them. They have them for a year plus. And depending upon how long they've been with us, we do something to reward the folks that have been with us a good long time. So, but that's what you're looking at. And um, again, if you're getting it done with whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. Not a problem. If you're not, you might want to just visit our website at stockmarketcaddy.com, email us any questions, and I'm happy to, take a phone call or two if you've still got questions. We come at this, as we mentioned earlier, that I'll speak for myself, that I am the most ignorant person in the market. I know nothing about nothing. Don't know anything about inflation and deflation. Don't know anything about economics. Don't know anything about the world. And probably know more than I should. But when it comes to trading, I know nothing. And couple that with a cup of humility in that the market, whatever the market, the S&P, gold, silver, Bitcoin, whatever it is, live cattle, that the people that are buying and selling those markets, they know everything. That puts me in a beautiful position. So in that position, I can move left or right. What do I want to do? I want to track the money flow. It may be smart money. It might be dumb money. It might be fast money. It might be slow money. But I will determine the market. I will determine the interval. I will determine the tools that I'm going to shadow, and I'm going to shadow and follow those rules. Now, our members work very, very hard at this, and it's not as easy. Maybe even a self-driving car may not be as easy as one would think, or, I have never been in one, but imagine for a moment, sitting in the back seat and letting the car drive you from Boston to LA. Maybe, you know, a person could just do that. I'm not sure that I could just do that, but for short periods of time, these tools can robotically assist our trading. They can enter and they can exit and we can override. And, between the two of us, we try to get in there and get the job done. That's what we're about. Not for everybody. I grant you that we're not. And, but if it interests you, feel free to visit the site. Again, feel free to give us a shout. So we just thought here on a Friday afternoon, we're kind of winding down, getting some things out to our members and giving you a chance to pose any questions. I will periodically take a look at the chat function. If I don't respond immediately, it's just because I don't have visibility on it, but I will look every once in a while. Enjoy. Stream and Shout, I recognize the moniker Stream and Shout. I'm not sure of the name of who have spoken, but I just want to acknowledge your question. You're saying, if we book your service, do we get tutorial videos? Well, we have two levels of membership. Um, the monthly membership, and I should give you an example here. Let me bring into view for you something here. Because this is a little bit new. Actually, it's a lot new. Bear with me here. We have a new website just for members, and so we don't promote it because it is just for members. But I'll show you what it looks like so you get an idea of what. Nope, wrong thing here. So this is what it looks like. Okay, so let's see if I can blow this up here without blowing up. Right, so we got some writing here on Zoom that is in our way here, but this is a view of our website. It isn't our marketing website. It's our website for members, right? Reserved for StockMarketCaddy.com members only. So once you sign up as a monthly member, you get a welcoming video. It'll explain this, and you get a password. That password will enable you to, let's see if we click on this. Yeah, see, we can't see it here. You would need a password, and then that's where you see the nightly videos every night. Also, as a monthly member, though, you can come here. This is also under lock and key, and then you see all these videos here, or these pages. As a monthly member, you get to see all of these, and they explain all of the tools that we're using every night, the Nicholas timing model, the yield curve, all these different radars. And these nightly videos are chock full of trading opportunities for the person who has some experience, right? You got to have had some experience. And then we've just opened up this tab. This is trading tips, and you would have access to that. The annual member, so as a monthly member, that's where it would stop. You'd have everything all access here. If you come here, you won't be able to get in. You need an annual membership. What does the annual membership entitle you to? The annual membership, before you can even join as an annual member, you must go through what we call the Q School. You got to go through that first, and it's a one-time thing, and it's three plus weeks, and then that's where all the Q School tutorial videos are. And then at the end of that 3+ weeks, if you still feel good about what you've learned, what we're doing, what you're doing, we're going to ask you to trade in a simulated environment during those 3+ weeks. Then you're more than welcome to join as an annual member. If you don't, we hope you have learned a lot. We hope you have had fun, and and that's totally fine. So it's very incremental, our membership. We're not going to be pestering you and hounding you to join as an annual member. What we're really trying to do, if you think about the way we structure it, and the monthly membership is month to month. So you like it, you don't. Our retention is very, very high, and on both membership levels, very high, and presumably, must have value, or why would somebody, continue? So that's how we do it, how we structure it, and it is incremental. We're basically trying to give people the opportunity to say, yet, no, this isn't for me. I don't like this approach, and but that's not usually the case. I hope that makes sense. The cost and so forth is spelled out on the website, so you want to just visit that, and then if you still got questions, you can always call. Yeah, the website that you would actually sign up and see more about who we are, what we call the marketing website, that is stockmarketcaddy.com. The website I just showed you, that's for once a person has become a member, where the information is kept. Okay. Stream and Shout. I thought it was Scream and Shout. Stream and Shout. Um, has a question. How big has my account size? How big is my account size to be to let the system run? Okay, so um, fair question, legitimate question, but um, it it depends, and let me explain. First thing, if you're trading stocks, which our tools can be used to trade stocks, so we got to distinguish between markets. If you're trading stocks and you're trading more than 5 times in 5 days, which would be presumable, then the government requires that you have a minimum of $25,000 in your account. They have a classification that the brokerages will trigger, and you'll be identified as what they call a pattern day trader, with the scarlet letter, day trader. And so you got to have a minimum of 25 grand. If you fall below that and the brokerages get hold of it, they'll suspend your account if you're trading that actively, right? The government doesn't want you doing this, right? So it's good for them, but not good for you. So that there's that, right? And I make a distinction there. We're showing futures, but we do trade stocks, right? And we do trade options. Now, that distinction does not apply to trading options. It's kind of crazy, but so there's always ways around things. Nor does it apply to trading futures. Options and futures are leveraged. So you can open up these accounts with very little money, 2,500 bucks, a couple $1,000. But whatever it is you're doing, including working with these systems, the biggest mistake that people make in general is they are undercapitalized or over leveraged. They're trying to do too much with too little, and they blow the account up. So that's some of the lessons that we go through in the Q school. And then, because then that next, how do I know what that is and what's proportionate? We have some guidelines, but I don't have the time here today to go into those guidelines. If you wanted to talk one-on-one on the phone, I can give you, kind of a thumbnail sketch. But it also too turns around to another question, and that is, what are you trying to achieve? You know, do you have realistic expectations of what you're trying to achieve and with what? And so that is a big consideration. Just what are your expectations? So, for instance, I had a gentleman, very nice guy, and he said, I want to open up a futures account where, for $2,500 and 2,500, and I want to make, and he's never traded futures before. I want to make, $10,000 to $20,000 a month. Well, that's not happening. That's not real. That's not. So you have to, you can get an education before you come to us in terms of going to the CME and registering for free and reading up and trying to, wrap your head around, what futures are all about, what options are all about, right? And we trade options too. So we can do both. You can do that. There's we're diversified in what we trade and how we trade. We're not shooting for the diversification of a Jim Cramer. Do I own an oil stock, or do I own a service company? That nonsense. Um, and as far as the prop firms and stuff, I don't know anything about them. I really don't. I know that we have members that do. So I'm not gonna say anything yay or nay. I don't know anything about them, right? So I've just never used one. And so I don't know. I don't know anything about how they work. I really don't. So I won't say anything. But back to what we have here, I want to make sure that anyone that might be passing by understands something. We refer to the Swing Machine Plus as one of our trading robots, and that robot can be put onto a chart in TradeStation. Unlike a lot of other brokerages, TradeStation will let you empower it to enter trades and exit trades, and you can intervene. So, and it's pretty cool because a lot of other brokerages won't let you do that. Um, but the but I don't want to give anyone the impression that just because I use the word robot, that it's going to automatically vacuum up money for you. That isn't going to happen. I mean, it might happen for short periods of time. It might happen for an extended period of time. We certainly have members that are doing that, but they have good acquired trading skill. Okay, so they know they've already been through. So before you can become so we use the word robot assisted trading, right? We use this comparison, Intuitive Surgical. You're familiar with the stock symbol ISRG. They sell in market robotic surgery, right? But just because, I've sat in that robot, right? And I've operated that robot, but I'm not a surgeon, right? So you need to be a surgeon to operate that robot. You need to have good acquired trading skill to successfully trade Swing Machine and or any of the other robots. If you don't, you won't. You won't do well. So you have to learn that. And we try to set up the construct to give you a chance to vet that out, and especially during the Q school, and give you a chance to see for yourself what you can and cannot do. And the truth of the matter is, when every person does that, I have no idea. I'm looking at a note here, and the gentleman may still be here. He isn't. Let's see if his chat message is. And this is let me see. Yeah. All right. So let me bring this into view. I want to make sure I don't. All right. So this happens to be a gentleman. Oh, no, 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 I'm not. No, I'm not. Sorry about that. I want to be keeping everybody's privacy here. So, okay. So I don't think I'm disclosing anything. Okay, I'm not. So he says here, his first name is IL, and he says, sure. He had a profit factor this week, the entire week of 2.5, which is a very good profit factor. That means he's making $2.50 for every dollar. He said, and we had some other exchanges. He says, sure, for someone who had a 0.65 before Q school, I'm happy. And keeping proportionate, getting my daily $500 an amount. So, but that's him, right? That's he's already been through the Q school. That was back in like November or October, November, I think, some time ago. And I don't think he's had a losing day. I don't know. He's just very good. And he's doing something specific. But that's him, right? You will learn, and we will say what I do, it doesn't matter to you, or it doesn't matter what he does. It only matters what you do. And just because, somebody else can't do it doesn't mean that you can do it. Just because you can do it doesn't mean somebody else, it's up to you. It's learn to trade your game, not mine. And so we try to give you the opportunity to see what it's all about. And it isn't just for a couple of days, it's 3+ weeks. You take whatever advantage of that you want to. But not many people are giving you that opportunity. So, in any case, I hope I answered that question. So I can't really, you can open up the account with as little money as the brokerage will let you, but you need to not over leverage your position, and that has to be that has to be spelled out. And the good news is, within futures now, these are mini futures contracts, but now available is what they call micro. But there's a lot of information that you need to read up on, and there's a lot of free information. And a good starting place is the CME site itself. And before you come, to even making a decision, that's what I would do and what we suggest. Sound okay? Hope that helps. So you can see here, even this afternoon. So we've had quite a few bites at this apple here, and on swing machines. Let's just focus on swing here for a moment, and I'll highlight exactly where we are. And let's come in here and just highlight a few things. Well, bear with me. So we look at the 5 minute interval. 5 minute interval. We can see on the 5 minute VIX, it is ripping. It's coming up against the short, so it's starting to rise. And if that's the case, and that started at 130, then the market very well might sell down. And it is reacting. If we look right here on the 5 minute, let's not forget, let's hold off on the 1 minute for now. The 5 minute. And there is a technique for trading this, and that technique has to be learned, has to be honed, has to be practiced. You know, I wish I could watch one video and go out and play golf like Tiger Woods. Not gonna happen. You gotta practice. And but if you had taken that at 245 with a mini, hey, you're up $380. If you did it with a micro, you're up 37.50, 1/10. The NQ. Get the idea. Here's the 5 minute, 5 minute, 240, 5 minutes before. If you took it, you're up 800. If you did it with a micro, you're up 80. You did it with 10 minis, you're up $8,200. The Russell, 245. This has been doing this all day within 5 or 10 minutes of each other. 245. And then here's the Dow doing it right now. I'm not suggesting you take any of these trades, right? Because you're on delay, you're not practiced, you know. So we're not doing this to prove an outcome. We're not doing this to hand out the fish. We're doing this just to give you a glimpse of how we go about looking and working with our trades. So, you know, just 245, 240, 245, 255 within 10 to 15 minutes of each other. You know, there's 500. There's a grand, 200, you know, you get the idea. Earlier today, they went long. I think it was 905. It was 905, I think, on every single market. With 905, 905, 905. Then it was up thousands of dollars, and then it turned down. Does it all the time. The markets are machined. They've been machined for decades. They've been machined back in the 70s. This whole cottage industry that if you are listening to it, you are paying attention to it, you know, it's just a bunch of Ivy League half-baked bullshit. The economic, I'm sorry, economics is an interesting little endeavor. You know, it is. I find it a little interesting. Um, I confess, but I don't trade it, right? I don't invest on it. I do find it interesting, but please understand, prior to the 1950s, economics wasn't even a college course. It's a junk science, as far as I'm concerned. It's about as valuable as a degree in social justice or some of the other stuff. And I hope I'm not offending anybody who's gone out and gotten a $250,000 loan to get a degree in criminal justice, social justice. I never, I should have I always kind of wondered, like, how come there wasn't a victim justice? Criminal justice. Who cares about the justice for criminals? But that's another story. I digress. So, economics has its place. You know, the Bookvars and Peter Schiff. I like all those guys. I like listening to those guys. You know, I late on a Sunday night and I'm doing my programming, and I got my headphones on. Gold's going up, gold's going down, and then the Bitcoin boys and girls on Saturday morning, listen to them. And then there's the hockey captain from Yale, and he talks down to everybody, and he's very insolent and very arrogant, and he's got his quad 1, quad 2, and his risk ranges and all that, and he charges for this and he charges for that. Doesn't trade his own money, but and he's full of it. He is full of it. We're not doing that. We're not. We're giving you a glimpse, and I'm not going to, when you watch the videos, I do my best to say, this is what the machines are showing us. This is a little bit of our interpretation. You're free to interpret what you want to interpret from the machines. We explained to you, we showed you earlier in that website for the members, we explained in those videos what what the machines we're looking at nightly, how we put them together. We start out with what they are, how we put them together, and how you might use them. It's learn to trade your game. We encourage everybody to go very slow, aim small, miss small, and to take your time. Makes sense? I hope so. Um, but we'll see. We'll let you watch. It's 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. Once again, folks, if you have any questions on what you're seeing, do you have any market questions, let us know. If you have any positions in any market, including stocks on any interval, and you want us to plug it in, I can do that here as we wrap up by the end of the week. We're going to be shutting down promptly at 4, and but if you want us to plug in a particular stock on an interval and you want to see what swing machine, how it's positioned, when it would have gone in or out, we can do that. If you're making decisions day in, day out, every single trade based on the money, you may or may not realize it, but then you are trading greed and fear, and they will burn you. They count on that. They count on that. And in large part, we think that's why 90%, I think it may be higher, that 90% of folks that attempt to try to do their own trading, they say 90% lose. That's not the case with our members because they're with us, year in and year out. But I think it's probably even higher than that. Most people that start this, the bar to entry is very easy. Anybody can, fund an account, get in. How hard can it be? Buy, sell, buy, and I'll just chase the money. And you'll find out in short order how difficult that is and how much of an emotional roller coaster it is, and not a good way to go. And it just isn't. So we're very it's important to have good discretionary skills. Occasionally, a few times a month, a few times for that type of trading, that's fine. But when you try to bring that discretionary skill into an intraday environment or a swing trading environment, it could be and becomes more frequent, becomes very, very difficult, very difficult. And so what we try to do is make a person aware of this. That's the first step in learning anything, is becoming aware. We try to make you aware, and then we try to encourage you to think about trading in a mechanical fashion. It doesn't have to be Swing Machine Plus. We have other tools, could be other tools. Are you comfortable following that? You may not be. Some people can't. I just like, I'm not, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do this, or I want to go after the money. As soon as you start doing that, then you're not trading mechanically. And if you can't trade mechanically successfully, then you can't get to a place where you're trading with robot assistance. You just won't. You'll just bring all the pitfalls of trading greed and fear into that environment, and you'll struggle. So, but I'm happy to plug things in, and we're happy to invite you to look at the website and answer any of your specific questions. And you're also welcome to call anytime. But I would hope that you would have visited the website. Sometimes folks call and they're asking some pretty basic things. I'm like, have you visited the website? No, not yet. I'm like, well, why don't you visit the website first? Maximize your time as well as mine, if you don't mind. All right. So it's there. We built it for you guys. Have fun. Folks, we're going to need to bring YouTube to a close, and we're kind of winding things down here. And just want to attend to some business. And we wish you the best. Hope you had a great week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. You're again welcome to visit the site. Welcome to give us a shout. And you can also call over the weekends. I'm in the office most Saturday mornings as well. But we're going to bring it to a close. Thanks for stopping by. And again, have a great trading week next week. Good luck, everyone.